Welcome to Sound and Fury. I am Eric Wilfred Watson.
And I'm not, because I'm Hugh Frank.
Today we're going to talk about stuff that isn't on this clipboard. So,
Nice.
Today's episode is a continuation of our previous episode, Unpopular Opinions.
Previously on Sound and Fury.
Probably the most unpopular opinion I have is that The Princess Bride is shockingly overrated, boring, pointless, and I don't like it.
Inconceivable!
Why is The Princess Bride a great movie, according to your incorrect opinion?
According to the opinion of 99.9% of the population, including people that haven't even seen it, but know better, because it is a perfect mix of swashbuckling and heroism and true romance and Andre the freaking Giant. Even though it has Fred Savage, it also has Columbo to counterbalance. Mm-hmm. Actually, Fred Savage, you know what? he's over-criticized. He's like Nickelback, you know? He's not that bad. I like Fred Savage.
So, being told that everything you're watching is fake the entire time is kind of weird, because he's telling a story to his grandkid. So, are these the imaginings of the kid?
Yes.
Then why don't they look like the imaginings of a kid? I don't know. They just seem like it's like a fantasy, like Lord of the Rings type thing before they had the technology to do a Lord of the Rings type thing. I don't know. The humor just did absolutely nothing for me in the movie. With the possible exception of the inconceivable guy, who, by the way, is fantastic as
The Grand Magus.
the Grand Nagus.
Magus, whatever it takes.
Yeah, he also played a Catholic priest in a show called Evil, which is pretty good. He's a good actor. I like him.
Evil, which is good.
Well, the TV show Evil is a well-made show, starring Luke Cage and other people. But
I'm sure that's an actor.
Spoiler alert: he dies way earlier in the movie. I watched this thing for the first time in like 20 years. Like maybe it was just I watched it in the wrong setting. Maybe my perspective has changed all these years later. I watched it again and I just got bored. I had to fight not to fiddle with my phone the entire time. I didn't think the humor was funny. I didn't like the characters particularly. I thought the story was ridiculous and silly. Didn't make sense. The life suction machine, like, I've just taken 3 years off of your life. That's kind of how I felt watching the movie. It's like, is this going to end? I'm getting dumber and border watching this. Yes, I'm getting more border watching this thing.
Actually, a boarder is somebody who bored.
Yes.
At a boarding house.
Well, I was being made bored.
You were being made bored?
Yes.
Bored.
Boardity bored.
Locutus of bored.
You will be bored. Resistance is...
I'm having trouble understanding if your opinion is real or if you're just making it up for the show. because everything you said is wrong.
People have compared it to Monty Python and the Holy Grail as just like a fantasy setting with lots of jokes, but there really weren't any jokes. There's a few lines of dialogue that kind of made me go,
I wouldn't compare it to Monty Python. It's not really meant to be. Well, okay, so Monty Python and the Holy Grail. At one point, Sir Lancelot ends up on the other side, right? And at the very end, they end up seeing the film cameras, and as the police come and arrest them. Does that mean the whole movie's bullshit?
yes. But that's a good thing in that context.
I see.
It's actually my least favorite part of Monty Python is the ending of the movie.
Yeah, well, you know why they have it that ending, right?
Because they ran out of money.
No, because that's what happened. They tried to film the final scene, and the police came and arrested them.
Oh.
That's the footage.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's kind of, they're like, well, this is what we got. Here's the end of the movie. So, yeah, you can't really compare them, though, because...
It seemed to take itself way too seriously for a movie that was supposed to be silly.
I think it was the perfect balance. Mm-hmm. It was. I mean, you got to admit, all of the people in it were good. So
I will grant you that I like the people in the movie.
You are wonderful. Thank you.
Anyway, I don't hate the movie. I'm just never going to watch it again.
Okay, that's yeah. I don't know where to go from there.
I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Is there a movie out there that you hate that everybody else loves? Because that would be food for future videos. So if there's a suggestion you have,
Good call.
put them in the comments. I'd be really curious to know what your thoughts are. But until then, hit the subscribe button, and we'll talk about other irrelevant things to entertain you between going potty and going to work.